We are very fancy. Hey, everybody, I'm Shane. I'm here with Alice Howe.
Hi, everybody.
And Freebo.
Hello.
How are y'all? Enjoyed the show tonight.
Thank you.
So
Thanks, man.
I usually start these off by talking about the history of the duck and the artist. You've never played here before?
This is my first time tonight.
It's first time?
Yeah, it was great to be here. Finally, I've heard so much about it from so many artists that I know, and I know Freebo's played here before.
Yes, you have played.
Yeah, I was here with Maria Moldauer years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I just sat with my friend Ken Gaines, just did a little open mic for the heck of it last time I was in town. So.
Oh, really? You were up here with Ken?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love Ken.
Yeah, I know he's great.
And
Great
Wayne.
guy, wonderful singer-songwriter.
I live down the street from them. That's information
Nice.
everybody needs to know. But
Hey, small town.
So are you originally from here? Do you have a lot of family here, or do you just have family?
No, my brother lives here. He's been here for a
Okay.
long time. So he brought some family and friends. But both he and I originally from eastern Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Little coal town. And I moved out to L.A. Well, I went to school in Philadelphia, and then I went up with first 3 years with Bonnie Raitt, early 70s in Boston, and I moved out to L.A. and pretty much been there since.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you in LA too?
I do live in LA now. I've been out there for about 2 years, and I grew up in the Boston area, so I've been in New England most of my life, and like Freebo, I guess, caught the California bug and went out there.
It's nice out there
It's very nice.
when it's not
Yes.
on fire.
I was
When
going
it's
to
not
say,
fires or earthquakes or...
the rest of the time, it's
But
very
when
nice.
when it's nice, it's really nice.
I love California. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, we've all got our problems. We've got storms. We've got fire. It's the whole world's falling apart.
It is.
Feels
That's
that
too
way.
bad, you know. It's really, but we just keep making music.
We're
We're
here to
gonna
make
bounce
music.
back. We're
Kind of
gonna
like
do
what they
this.
did when the Titanic went down. They just kept
We're playing on the
music.
deck. That's
That
right.
that is one good way to look at it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know, good, but you can do that. So
Hey, they went down in history, right?
They did go
They
down
did,
in
yeah.
history. Absolutely. So I'll get into these questions real quick. What was the first record that you purchased with your hard-earned own money?
That's a tough one. I know you had your answer on the tip of your tongue when I asked you. I was teasing him
was a
before
very
we started.
important
I
moment
had to
in my
think
life.
about it.
I would say for me, way back, probably a Louis Armstrong record.
Okay.
You know, I've got one of my favorite Louis Armstrong records. Satch Plays Fats.
Oh, yeah.
It's all with the Fats Waller stuff, but his wonderful sextet.
Okay.
So that was like before rock and roll. So, how about you, Alice?
Well, it was either, this is a pretty big range, but I had a moment where I was really into Destiny's Child when I was
yeah,
like
H-Town girl.
a tween, Beyonce's trio before she went solo. You might not be familiar, Freebo. So it was either Destiny's Child or Tracy Chapman, which I realize is like,
It's not too far off.
yeah,
I mean, it's
good singing all around.
pop and folk pop. They both played on pop
I used to
radio
go to,
stations.
I'd go to Borders Books and Music
Oh,
in
God, I remember.
Newton and
Borders.
pick out a CD.
Bygone days, Borders.
I know, I
Yeah.
missed that.
Nice. Well, I mean, those are good. We've had some really awful ones, so we passed on those. Those are both relatively cool. What was your first concert?
Wow. I think my first concert, I think about it, I'm going way back. It was probably like at Leonard Bernstein Young People's Concerts.
Yeah.
Way back. My parents liked classical music, so I was kind of raised on classical music.
Okay.
And I remember seeing the Philadelphia Orchestra. So I'm not even talking rock and roll. Rock and roll.
didn't exist yet,
Well,
then.
two concerts that really stand out. One was a Mother's Day concert, Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention
Oh, yeah.
in Philly in 1971 on Mother's Day. One of the best shows I ever saw. I think the same year, the band.
Okay.
It was a great show. I'm just really
So
killer
jealous.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just showing off.
I know.
Yeah.
He's been to every concert. All the concerts
All
you've been
the
to, Freebo,
concerts.
I would like to go.
I've had lots of Ricky Martins asking these questions.
Really?
So you're, yeah. I'm
Interesting.
Ricky Martins, Britney Spears.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
I think for me it was Jackson Brown at the Orpheum in Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, with my mom and dad.
So what was the first one y'all went that you bought with your own money? Was like you saved? That was your show?
I would go to the local folk club a lot in
Okay.
Boston. Club Passim. I saw Richard Schindel, a folk singer that I
Oh,
love.
yeah, he plays
and-
here.
Yeah,
He did play here.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, but artists like that, I would go into Harvard Square and
Okay.
see whoever was playing. Yeah.
Nice. So do you have a favorite one-hit wonder, like our kind of guilty pleasure song? Like mine's "Umbop" by Hanson. I love that song.
For me, it would be 6 Days on the Road by Dave Dudley, which we did tonight in the middle of Freebo's song.
We reprised that.
I don't even know if that counts as a one-hit wonder, but he did all like trucker songs, and if you just get into his country voice, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we listened to it like 20 times in a row one time.
Nice.
Then decided to do it. Yeah.
Do you have one? Or are you going to go with that one too?
You mean a one-hit wonder
No,
song?
like something either kind of guilty pleasure, one-hit wonder, or something that comes on the radio and you never turn it off. It's like, oh, this loves
I mean, Whiter Shade of Pale,
Yeah.
Procol Harum,
Okay.
pretty much like one big hit, great song.
it's a great song.
Man, that's all I can think of at the moment.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You only need one. So here's the deep question. Did you ever have a moment in your life, like you heard a riff, a lyric, saw something that made you kind of click in your head? It was like, this is what I want to do with my life, is play music. Or was it just kind of, a lot of people were just kind of like, I was around it a lot, just sort of, it's in my blood.
I mean, I can think in terms of bass playing. You know, I was already doing it, but I was really just starting and hearing James Jamerson stuff on so many of the Motown records and some of the Aretha Franklin stuff. And just a lot of the stack stuff, because it was kind of simple. Well, James Jamerson was fairly complicated. A lot of the stuff
Right.
was simple, but they were counter melodies.
Okay.
And I always liked bass. I mean, I sang bass in the choir, and I played tuba in the high school band,
Oh,
so
nice.
I was familiar with that. But putting it into a rock and roll R&B content, other than the country boom, boom, boom,
Right.
where you start getting funky and really coming up with bass lines that are basically counter melodies.
Okay.
So I think that stuff was really influential for me. And you'd pick up on a lick and then learn the lick. And before you know it, all these little licks from these different players
Right.
come in. You put them in your musical vocabulary, and it comes out sounding not like them, but like me.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Well, I don't remember a specific moment, like you said. I feel like I would be the latter option. It was just always around me. My parents had a wonderful record collection, and I listened to a lot of their music, like 60s and 70s folk and blues and singer-songwriters, and I was always just really drawn to the lyrics and the voices, and I was singing from when I was 3 years old, so
Okay.
I was just always really tuned in to
And
music,
immersed in
and
music.
yeah,
Okay.
was always what I wanted to do. Just had to get from the I want to do that to how do you
Right.
actually do it? How do you become a professional? Which is you have to be around other professionals and kind of put yourself out there. But no, I was always just really drawn to lyrics and singing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, and I would just take two on that. Going back, what you're talking about, and I mentioned this on Tom Tranchilla's show on KPFT, but one of my songs that I played tonight, Standing Ovation, there's a French horn on my recording of that, and that takes me back to when my dad, and I was just a kid, listening to classical music, pointed out some French horn solos
Okay.
on a couple of Richard Strauss tone poems, and I just loved the sound of the French horn. It's like an early musical memory.
Okay.
And it's interesting how that sound and the idea of taking motif and orchestrating it with that found its way onto my record.
Oh, that's
And one more would be Tubby the Tuba, which was an early childhood memory that really had a huge effect on me.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Check it out, people. Tubby the
Tubby the
Tuba.
Tuba.
Tubby the Tuba,
You heard it
folks.
here
One
first.
hit wonder.
So Sharon Osbourne calls and says, Alice Freebo, I'm putting together a folk Americana Ozfest, and we want y'all to headline. And Ozzy can conjure and bring any passed away musician back to life. So living or dead, who fills out your band?
I want Muddy Waters in my band.
Wow, I want Jimi Hendrix.
Well, we can do it. It's your band.
I'm going to need a loud vocal mic, but maybe I'll let Jimmy sing. I'll just play bass.
That'd
there we
be
go.
cool.
I'll play bass with Jimi Hendrix.
I just want to sing the blues with Muddy.
So who's playing the rhythm? Who's playing the rhythm? Jimmy or Muddy?
Man, I don't know.
Well, I mean, Jimmy was a great. I mean, he was with the Isley Brothers for a long time, and a couple other, iconic. rhythm and blues people.
He
So
put
he
his-
could play
he could put his
great
ego-
rhythm.
He could put his ego aside.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
would say he'd probably play the rhythm, and because he knew how to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Muddy is muddy, and he ain't gonna take a back
Yeah.
seat to anybody.
No, I'd have to like get him out of the way so I could
Yeah.
even sing something.
So who's the drummer? Who's the drummer?
I'll leave that to you,
good
Freebo. You're the
question.
producer. You got to make this
I would,
call.
I would take Steve Gadd.
Okay.
I love the way Steve Gadd played. I got a chance to play with him on a couple cuts, early Bonnie stuff, but all the stuff he did with James Taylor and Paul Simon, and I mean, just a consummate drummer who can play anything, and when he plays a song, plays exactly the right stuff. That would be my choice.
If I may, though, if I could just actually play with the band that I cut my record with in Muscle Shoals, I'd be totally happy with that
Yeah,
too.
that's
And
true,
they're
too.
all living, and I know them, so.
You got to give him a shout
I don't,
out.
you know, all those guys are great. I just, I just want to say the guys that we've been
I usually
playing
say I
with
know-
are wonderful.
I usually say I know the people you play with are the people that are the best and who you'd pick.
But they're the best. They are, and you know, they're close to my
Ni-
heart.
The
nice.
take two for me, Levon Helm.
He played here.
Did he?
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
Rick? Or
It was a Barn Burners. So I don't know who was in Levon Helm and the Barn Burners was the band at the time.
I don't know if Danko was gone by then or not.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was a very long time ago. So it was really good. So the big question of the night, what have we been quarantined watching Netflix and Hulu and? You got any shows? I need shows
First,
to
it
watch.
was Outlander.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch
That's
that?
been a popular one. I haven't seen it. A lot of people talk
Then
about
I
that.
rewatched Mad Men, which I've seen before, but I just love that show.
and Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Killer
yeah.
show.
I
Wow,
know.
killer.
We were late to the party on that, but
Great show, though. Love it.
It is a fun show. Yeah, I found rewatching a whole like The Office, and I've been really rewatching stuff, but yeah, it's been weird. When I first started, Tiger King was all the rage, so we don't have to talk
couldn't
about
get
that.
into that.
Yeah, it's awful.
It was too
Full
much.
of terrible
It's
human
too
beings.
much. Too much.
But he's out. So to end this interview, I got some either ors. Just if just because you pick one doesn't mean you dislike the other one. You can pass. A lot of people pass. They don't want to answer the questions. The first one's
Is this the lightning round?
It's a lightning round,
Okay.
but you can be as long or short as you want. Beatles or Stones, the universal one.
Beatles.
Yeah, I was
Beatles.
going to say Beatles too.
I think it's been
Because of the
Beatles.
songwriting, really. I mean, just great. I mean, Stones are great, but the Beatles songwriting just incredible.
The last person I asked said, "Okay, what are we doing? Or is it Saturday night? Is it Sunday afternoon?"
That's a good point.
And he was like, "If it's Sunday afternoon, it's the Beatles. If it's Saturday night, it's the Stones."
Oh,
That's a
okay.
good answer.
I like that. That's a
Good.
great
Yeah, look at
That's what it
answer.
was too. Dolly or Aretha?
Who were Aretha?
Dolly.
That's really
They're
tough.
apples and oranges.
I know.
I
That's
know,
like
but
that's.
Great.
But I can't make it
I would
easy.
have to take Aretha.
I would too, but I almost feel
But
bad
I
saying
feel
that.
bad for Dolly because
It's not like. It's
Can
not,
I take Aretha on Saturday night and Dolly on Sunday morning?
So
I
you,
mean,
you want Doretha?
take Dolly to
Doretha.
church, right?
Yeah.
Well, Aretha's pretty good in church too. So
I mean, like I said, people get it's not like you're dissing one if you pick the
No,
other. It's kinda like,
Aretha. I'd have to
there's
go
a
with
little
Aretha.
preference.
That's-
It's, okay. So Elvis or Sinatra?
Elvis.
I would have to take Elvis. Yeah.
Okay. Willie or Johnny?
Johnny who?
Cash.
Oh.
Willie.
I guess you can take.
I'm like Johnny Depp. I'm like, who are we talking about?
Oh, that's a tough one too. 'Cause, I mean, Johnny Cash is Johnny Cash, but Willie's Willie. So
I'd pass
I mean,
on that
these are
one.
all apples and oranges, man.
I know,
They're
but
tough ones.
It can't be easy where you just. I can't make it easy on you.
Tough
true.
questions.
No, it would. Okay. Next one's Michael Jackson or Prince.
Prince.
Yeah, Prince. It's been
I was gonna say Michael.
Please, I
I'm
think it's
gonna
Michael.
go.
say that.
I'm gonna
Nobody
go
know
with
that.
Michael.
Don't feel. Why do you
I don't feel bad
You
about
feel
that.
so bad.
I know.
What do
I
you
feel
feel
like
bad
I'm like, are they watching right now? I'm sorry, guys.
I don't think either one's watching.
Yeah,
no.
I think. Well, not from
From-
home, anyways. Lady Gaga or Madonna?
Gaga.
Okay.
Gaga,
Yeah.
definitely.
Billie Eilish or Adele?
I'm pass.
Love me some Billie.
I'll take Adele because I don't quite get Billie Eilish.
You don't
That's
get
why.
her? Oh, I love
Not
Adele.
really.
I love Billie. I love Adele too.
I don't really have
But
enough.
but Billie Eilish, she records with her brother.
I know her brother's
That's
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
Her brother.
Her brother's pretty good.
No, we kind of make fun about that. It's
Oh, you
like,
do?
Wow, she records with her brother. Okay.
I can't say that I really know. I
Okay.
don't really listen to either.
Well, the last two I have, I like to ask the Americana folk people: NWA or Beastie Boys?
Wait, what was the first one?
NWA.
What does that stand for?
I don't say it.
Yeah, see, I think we better pass on that one.
Pass.
The last one's Metallica or Sabbath.
Yeah, pass.
No?
Or Sabbath, you said?
Sabbath,
Like
yeah.
Sabbath.
Like Sabbath?
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
Can I say Aerosmith?
You can. I mean, you can say anything you want. Can I say Boston?
I feel so on the spot right now.
Stones.
Stones. Stones works. But well, thanks for sitting down with me and talking to me. That's all I
thank
got
you.
for
Thank
you.
you for-
So I'll let y'all
You
eat.
didn't go
and on the
anybody
road.
in the folk world. It's kind of interesting. Like the kind of
Dude.
people who play here. I mean, none of those
I
questions.
thought Dylan was going to come up somewhere.
You just called me out.
You're messing
I'm
with
gonna have
us.
to add
I feel like
another
you're.
one.
I feel like
okay,
you're just.
Dylan.
I just feel like making us look like we don't know.
No, because it's a folk room, so I like to get outside.
Let me
of the-
ask you, Dylan
Okay.
or John Prime?
Dylan.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No, it's good. I'm
You know
glad
what? That's going in my list.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I figured that would be a good one.
That is a
That's
good
going
one.
in. I'm gonna start asking
Yeah.
that. See,
Because that's a kind of a similar thing. They're both like, ooh,
Thank you for getting us out of our comfort zones. That was good. That was
Why
good.
would try to get you out of your comfort zone? See, thank you. That's it. That's all I got.
That's great.
Thanks,
Thank you, man.
everybody. Thanks, Shane.
We
Thanks.
enjoyed this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.